Let's talk about this clip from Fox News that went viral this week. Jesse Waters, are you familiar with this?
Not familiar with the clip. I am familiar with Jesse Waters.
All right. Jesse Waters crossed a professional line on Fox News' The Five while discussing Kamala Harris's involvement in the Afghanistan withdrawal, sparking viral outrage due to the disgusting imagery invoked by a mainstream primetime news commentator, and even managing to offend fellow panelist Jeanine Pirro. Is it Pirro? Pirro?
I think Pirro, yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at this clip.
And let's talk about foreign policy. What is her foreign policy? And this is where the president has his most impact. You have a lot of room to maneuver there as commander-in-chief. We don't know who she is. We don't know what she believes. She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her. Right now,
Jesse Waters.
Jesse, I don't like that.
Figuratively,
Take
again,
it back.
have their way with her, control her, not in a sexual way.
Jeanine going, "Oh, Jesse, stop, Jesse," as if like that was not like that wasn't a calculated ad lib by Jesse Waters, or even an unexpected ad lib. I mean, you can say what you want about like the media circus, you know, like I know MSNBC on the liberal side of the spectrum, it's not like great, but like Fox, compared to Fox News, I mean, I still think MSNBC has like a semblance, just like a sliver of like an attempt for serious journalism. When I look at Fox News, I just see a circus. And this is disgusting, dude. Like, this is like for the number one cable channel like in the country, especially with a constituency that's I feel like they're pretty like, you know, moral or self-described moral. It's like, this is disgusting, dude. It's completely like, I don't know. I heard you laugh though.
Yeah, well, I was just not expecting that, man. I wasn't expecting that, as you say. Yeah, I do think that was predetermined. I wonder, you know, would Jesse say this about Joe getting pushed around in the war room by generals?
I tell you what he'll say, because I thought about this, like, because I'm not going to just automatically go, "Oh, you're only saying that because she's a woman." Although in this case, like instinctually, I was like, "Ooh, this feels like yes." But let me just think about that, because I had to ask myself, what would he have said if he was a man? My initial reaction is you use a phrase like "walk all over him."
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, you know,
so I do think they have their way with her. That's like intentional, or not intentional to be provocative. Maybe not intentional to be like a sexist asshole, but being a sexist asshole is provocative. It's going to get clicks. It's going to get views. I don't think he cares about the troops in Afghanistan. I think he cares about his paycheck. I think he cares about, which derives from his clicks. It derives from his views, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. I think, honestly, it's certainly intentional. I know they care about clicks. I don't know if that was intentional to drive up clicks, or if, like you said, just to be provocative, just because of, you know, the rumors of her former employment. I don't know how credible any of these are. I can't speak to any of that.
You got to cut through the noise, you know, somehow.
Yeah. Are you?
I think trying to sexually denigrate her is like strategy. I think that is strategy.
Sure, you know, Trump, you know, people made fun of, you know, like Trump's hands or whatever, right? And that's like, even that's so much more indirect, right?
Yeah,
trying to emasculate. Same kind of implication.
Yeah,
right,
Obama did it in at the DNC, the crowd size, you know, so it's like clearly like it's not just, but like this is like a little like outside the Overton window for my taste.
I think that might have been the intention. You know, I think a lot of Republican women also tend to be pretty supportive of a lot of feminist, you know, perspectives on the world. I think a lot of, you know, wine moms were out there not appreciative of what Jesse said, and I think a lot of people were like, you know, feel some kind of like crusade light up inside them against, you know, Kamala's, you know, rumored former employment. You know, they love hammering this point home as if that's going to change the fact that she's, you know, probably going to win the election. I don't know why that matters. Like, if let's say that was true, right, and everyone knew it, would that really change the way people vote, like, for Kamala? I don't really. Yeah, it's just to drive up clicks. It's not actually
Yeah.
gonna.
I mean,
you know,
and even just talking about it, like it completely lacks. I mean, this whole argument, I think the Afghanistan withdrawal argument completely lacks substance from the right, because I'm sitting there going, you're really trying to pin this on Kamala just because she said she was in the room with Joe. I mean, I'm looking at like, who do I blame for the shit
Yeah.
show, the 20-year shit show that was Afghanistan? Like, who do I blame? And I'm sitting there going, okay, fair enough. You could blame Biden. But also, it's like, why aren't we blaming Trump a little bit? Because the Doha Agreement, and how he basically just capitulated to the Taliban. And Biden was just like, yeah, the circumstances that we inherited were not great. So it's just like, and then Obama, he withdrew combat troops, but initially exponentially spiked up that war. But it's like,
well, that was in Iraq, though, wasn't it?
No. I mean, he went hard on Afghanistan.
Well, I knew that Obama withdrew in like 2011 and then had to go back, and I think it was
No.
2014.
In 2014, I'm pretty sure we withdrew all combat troops. So the withdrawal of most, if not all, combat troops, I think, was done just before Trump, under Obama's watch. But then, like, the timetable, and like they complain about the timetable, but it's like the timetable that was Trump. Trump dictated that timetable.
Yeah.
In fact, Biden extended it a little bit. Now I'm not trying to defend Biden, but when we're trying to blame Kamala ahead of Trump, ahead of Obama, ahead of a whole list of generals,
Dick Cheney should be number
Dick
one
Cheney,
on that list.
I don't even think
right
she
now.
makes the top 20. So I think they're grasping at straws here. And
Yeah.
maybe that's because she hasn't posted policy. So they're like, oh, crap, like, where
Yeah.
can we hit her with?
That's what I mean by it's a good strategy. It's perfect. She's a moving target and a very small one at that.
And since when are we all of a sudden, we're under the impression that vice presidents have any influence? Like, historically, it's such a joke position. Like John
Yeah.
Adams, what did he think? What was the
most inconsequential position man ever did conceive.
like the famous, and no one disagrees with that. So it's like just the fact that Kamala has all this sway and granted, I think that's in part with the Democrats trying to beef up her stature a little bit, going, oh no, she had a lot to do with it. But like, let's be friggin' real here. Like, the vice president does not make these decisions. She's in the room for sure, but it's like, she's not making these decisions.
And Dick Cheney, you have to admit, he's an anomaly. W was very happy to step aside and let Dick Cheney, take over foreign policy decision making and stuff. And that has a lot more to do with connections and less to do with the power ascribed to him by the office. But
I just think it's a disgusting. I think it only exists to degrade her and sexually objectify her. It's like she has no power, but sure, let's conjure up some imagery of Kamala being raped by a group of 5-star generals. I mean, that's disgusting. It's not helpful. All it does is put disgusting imagery into the minds of an audience who's like, they're going to duplicate and perpetuate this. It's just designed to tear it down, just designed to get clicks.